Yes, hello, this is Lyle Ferdley here. I was to be a guest on your show this afternoon, but I'm afraid I won't be able to make it. You see, I was getting on the plane in Chicago, and I had a couple of quick ones, and I got into a dispute with a young lady about who was to sit in the seat by the window. I always sit in the seat by the window. Well, it got so raucous and cacophonous that, well, they ended up deplaning everyone and dragging me off by my heels. So perhaps we should reschedule.
Bully Baloo with Artie Skermahorn speaking here from the town park in Belfast, Maine, where the annual balloon ascension is about to take place. The balloon over there is being inflated right at the present moment, and I think Artie Skermahorn is in a better position to see just how far it has gone to this point. Will you come in, Artie?
Horn here, and it's just about ready now to go into the air.
Hello here. Excuse me, Artie, but I think it was 500 pounds because anybody knows that they couldn't get the balloon off the ground without sufficient pressure.
Well, back here, don't mean to interrupt you again, Wally, but I am of the opinion that it's less than that. However, maybe you have figures a little later than mine. Well taken.
Baloo, and I can see from here that I think they're about to wave the flag, which means they have inflated it to the extremity they had planned. The fellow is looking at the basket.
Oh, isn't that too bad?
What do you see from there, Artie? Anything?
It just disintegrated completely. Nobody's hurt or anything, but it's just ruined.
They have a spare, I'm told, and they will get to work on that right away and start inflating the second one.
The townsfolk are now walking slowly toward their home.
Oh, wait, take the record off, please. Wait a minute. Well, Webb, come over here, will you, please?
Yeah.
Is that the way this record is put out for sale? You don't even start on the first note or anything?
No, I missed the first note. That's the way it goes.
The nice live introduction I gave you, I thought would time out just right.
No.
I'd never heard the record before. This is one from My Fair Lady, isn't it?
Yeah, you want it? Let's try it again.
All right. Now from his new album, Webley Webster Sings and Plays, we hear...
The rain and span is mainly on
take the record off. This is a commercial record?
Yes.
Well, you didn't practice it or what? I can't imagine selling an unfinished piece of work.
What do you mean unfinished?
Well, you don't come in at the beginning. You don't seem to know the
words. Well, they were in a rush up at the recording studio to get this thing out. They said it was so hard.
All right, well, we'll try the whole thing once again.
Okay, let it go.
Let it go. I won't interrupt this time. Now from his new album, Webley Webster Sings and Plays, we hear...
The rain is pain is mostly on the plain. Da-da-da-dum-doo. The rain in Spain is on the plain. The rain in Spain. Do-do-do-do.
I have never heard a record like this.
Why don't you take it out?
All right.
It's terrible.
Webb, you've had such wonderful opportunities to practice, to put down a finished performance, and yet something like this has turned out. Are you proud of this record?
No, sir. I don't play it for my friends.
Have you sold any copies of it?
As far as I know, it's moving off the shelves.
Well, I hope that you have big success with it, but...
Offhand, I wouldn't think they'd sell. It sounds very amateurish. Very, very amateurish.
Well, it doesn't sound like you ever came in contact with it. Your playing is fine. The music is good.
Yeah.
If we could just hear it without you singing, it might be...
Well, it's too late now.
I know. The voice is right there with it. These are Broadway hits, I take it, huh?
Yeah.
From
I have,
great musical show. What else is in there?
I whistle a happy song. Do-de-do-do-do.
Oh, yeah.
Do-de-do-do-do. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Is that how you do it?
Yeah. Want to try it?
All right, have you got that one? Can you cue up that track there where he does? Now, Webley Webster sings and plays. I whistle a happy tune.
Whistle a happy tune. Dum-de-doo, doodly-doody-doo, doo-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo.
Why, that is miserable. Yeah,
I whistle a happy.
Well, I'll take this album home, and if I get time tonight, I'll listen to it.
Want you to have it. One for everyone here in the studio, too.
Very
Free
nice.
of charge.
How many does that make you've distributed?
Well, it'd be, how many's in the studio?
6 of us.
6, there.
So you've gotten rid of 6, huh?
6, for sure.
Okay. Now, boys and girls, it's time for Lawrence Fechtenberger, Interstellar Officer Candidate. Yes, it's time once again for Lawrence Fechtenberger, Interstellar Officer Candidate. Presented by
Graham crackers covered all over with chocolate.
It's almost time for the big spring dance at the Interstellar Space Academy. While our serious yet happy fellow candidates are preparing for their final exams, they take time out to think of the fun which is to follow. And in his quarters, we see Lawrence Fechtenberger and his friend Mug Mellish.
Well, Mike, I've invited Jet Ordway to be my guest at the spring hop.
Hey, Fechtenberger, why do you always invite Jet Ordway to these spring hops? You think she's the only girl around here?
Well, it's not that. It's that I like Jet, and I think she likes me too, Mike.
Well, in all fairness to you, she is the only girl around here. How she ever got into the Interstellar Space Academy is more than I've ever been able to figure out.
But she's my girl, as you know. And,
That's what you think, Fechtenberger. Wait till the spring dance.
what do you mean by that, Mellish?
You just wait, Fechtenberger. You got a big surprise coming to you.
Music is wonderful, eh, Jet?
Yes, it's lovely.
Fechtenberger, may I cut in?
Well, I don't believe this...
Come now, Fechtenberger. You gotta live up to the Interstellar Officer Candidate Code.
I don't believe this is one of those cut-in dances, is it, Jet?
Oh, I think so, yes.
Sure it is, Fechtenberger. Come on, Jet.
Okay, Mug Boy.
Let's rock. What's the matter, Fechtenberger? You're moping over there in the corner.
Got a long face, too, as you noticed.
I noticed that.
I don't like this at all.
Are you enjoying yourself, Miss Ordway?
Oh, it's divine dancing with you, Mug.
What do you see in that Fechtenberger anyway?
I don't know. He's such a square.
I mean, he's handsome, he gets good marks, he knows more about spaceships than anybody else here outside of that.
But that's all he thinks about. School and spaceships.
That's right.
You love life.
Yeah, that's right.
He does not love life any more than I, Jet.
Yes,
I
I
heard
do,
that.
Fechtenberger.
No, he doesn't. He's just a lughead. You
Come
ought to
on.
see him in school. He never knows the answers either, Jet.
Come on, Jet, let's dance
He
over
doesn't
out
know
of
the
this.
answers, Jet. He's
Out of the sound
dumb.
of his voice, come on. Well, it would appear that Lawrence Fechtenberger has met an important rival in his fight for the affections of Jet Ordway. Next time, Fechtenberger is given an important assignment by the Dean of the Interstellar Space Academy. And you'll want to be here when we'll hear him say,
I will do it, sir. I will listen and obey, for I will command someday.
in the next episode of Lawrence Fechtenberger, Interstellar Officer Candidate.
Hello. Did you know that 6 months from now you could be a millionaire with zero money down and zero risk to you? All you have to do is send your social security number and all your bank information to 5555.
Certainly thrilled by all of the fine reaction we have received to the tapes we made in Hollywood last week.
That's right. And while we were there, we went in on the set where they're
producing that new film in beautiful color and widescreen called The Great Willoughby. Story about Sir Henry Willoughby back in the 18th century. And we have a tape here that we made while we were on that set. We thought you might be interested to hear it. Shall we thread it through here?
It's all set, Ray, and here it is.
Okay. Okay, hold the music. Hold it. Cut.
I couldn't remember whether you wanted me to go over there through that door and meet the other actor or through this one.
You come through that door, so we better get more powder on that wig of yours.
Yes, all right.
Okay.
Makeup.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's try the great ballroom scene again.
Great ballroom scene, take 7. Oh, I beg your pardon. I didn't see you standing there.
Well, Lord Willoughby, I thought you were laid up.
Well, I made a special effort to come here tonight.
You have the gout, sir?
Yes. Beastly bothersome, too.
Well, dance on, Lord Willoughby. Have a good time.
What's new from the troops?
Everything seems to be as we left it. It all depends if our man can get through to Paris and explain. If he can't explain, then I'm so afraid things will happen here.
Yes, I'm a little bit afraid they will myself. If I were king...
Excuse me, sir. Who is that charming lady with the long curls dancing?
Oh, you must be referring to Lady Henrietta. She's the most beautiful lady at the ball.
She's beautiful, isn't she?
Yes.
And so light-hearted. Smile playing about her face.
Yes.
If our envoy only gets to Paris. Who's the flautist?
That's Geoffrey Blood. He was brought here especially for the great ball.
Magnificent flautist.
Wait. Is that someone lurking behind that heavy drapery to the rear of the hall?
Excuse me, Lord Willoughby, that's my man. I'll be right back momentarily.
Yes, sir.
What? Quiet down, gentlemen, please.
Lord Willoughby.
Yes.
Don't alarm the ladies.
What do you
but
mean?
Our regiment has been called up.
Great Scott, you mean...
Yes. It's warfare now. Our regiment is to meet downtown.
Wait till I tie my shoes, and I'll be with you outside.
Cut! Swell actors, take 5. Great scene.
Well, there's the tape. And what did you think of it, huh?
Real wonderful. So you look for that movie, too, at your neighborhood theater. The Great Willoughby.
That will be released early in the spring. I, for one, don't want to miss it. And at halftime, this is Biff Burns, your eyes and ears of the sports box, taking time out for a little bit of color at the game as we chat with a gentleman whose work has been observed probably by anyone who's ever visited a football game or taken one in. You are...
Arthur Baffinetti.
Mr. Baffinetti, I understand you've got a few minutes respite here now that it's halftime.
That's right.
Would you explain just what it is you do?
Well, I own a string of dogs, Biff, and I'm hired by the sponsors of broadcasts of football games to bring out 2 or 3 dogs to a certain game, and I run them out on the field at given signals to hold up the activity down there till they get some commercials in.
In other words, the length of time the dog is on the field, the timeout, you can throw in, or they can throw in more commercials.
Well, in this day now, of your T formation and all, not too many times out are called. And, of course, that doesn't help the sponsor. So if we don't have any time out called on the field by either the referee or the 2 teams, then I let go one of my mangy curs.
I was going to ask you if you have any particular type of dog.
He's been trained. He's hard to grab. You can't fool him by running over and saying, "Sit, boy," and pick him up.
He can dodge pretty well.
He knows
broken
enough to
field running.
That's right. He stays within the 2 40-yard lines, and so that the cameras or the announcers going to see him and describe him.
Well, now, do you ever use them during halftime like this to break up? You keep them strictly in
Strictly
tow,
for the game. That's
strictly
right.
for the game part.
I have some 20 dogs, and, of course, they're used every week from coast to coast.
Well, you certainly have built up an enviable business here, and I think one that, from my point of view, of course, is a very practical one.
Well, thank you very much, Biff.
Squeeze those commercials in, and you do give us a great deal more.
Well, I got to get along down to them now.
Thanks very much, Mr. Baffinetti. And
very interesting game.
We'll be back to the game in a little while.
Our guest, a man whose name is familiar to many of the ladies of this country, who tune in each afternoon to a serial, or a soap opera, if you will, which he writes. Here is Mr. O. Leo Leahy, author of The Life and Loves of Linda Lovely, Helen Harkness, Sob Sister, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife, and several other highly successful, though controversial, serial stories. Mr. Leahy would like to ask you, among other things, if you believe in what you're writing, if you think that your stories contribute anything to the intellectual improvement of our country, and a few more points that we'll try to have time to cover. Where did you first get the idea for the story of Linda Lovely, for example? Where do you get your ideas?
Just 1 second.
In other words, what I'm trying to say is... All right. Are we ready now?
Right. Now, what was it? Where did I get the idea?
Where do you get your ideas for plot sequences, for problems developing within the framework of your radio serial families? Are they true experiences? Have you lived through them yourself? Have you observed them in other people?
Just a second.
All right. Now, I think we're ready. How about the first thing? Where do you get your ideas for?
Well, I don't think it's very difficult to get ideas for play or particularly for a continuated story. I don't think that's difficult. I think anybody who can... excuse me.
Here in the New York Bugle, in the issue of May 14th, 1955, critical analysis of radio serial stories, it points out that the average soap opera writer tries to stall his listeners along for 4 days, and then in one episode, usually Friday, he makes an exciting change of activity, adds some action, to keep the listeners tuned in until Monday. Oh, Leo?
What?
How do you feel about that?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't pay too much attention. But whatever it was a lie, a fabrication.
In other words, you refute the statement in that publication.
Which one was it?
The New York Bugle.
New York Bugle? What'd they say?
Well, let's go along to something else. In fact, I think right now I'll have to go along, and then we'll be back to continue probing Ole Leahy, serial story writer.
It was as bad as I thought it was going to be.
And now, Panucci, the greatest name in fudge, brings you another episode of One Feller's Family. Today's episode, entitled Trick or Treat, is taken from Book 23, Chapter XIX, pages 11 through 16. As we look in on the Butcher household, we find Father Butcher standing just inside the back door.
Fanny, I'm standing just inside the back door now.
Well, close it. It's awfully breezy.
Certainly is. It's a mighty cold day for...
Did you put up the storm welt around that door like I requested?
Well, I tried to put the fool thing up, but it's still drafty.
Well, all you have to do is put it up with some tacks, and it keeps the door snug.
You know, this is the 34th Halloween that we have spent in this house.
34.
That means 34 years we've lived here.
Mm-hmm. Certainly have flown by. Remember when all the children were here?
Yes, those were happy times then.
Smanky and Lanky, Ricky and Mickey, and
Minky.
And Sinky.
We certainly had a house full in those days.
All tricking or treating in the neighborhood.
Used to come in with some mighty good tricks or treats, too.
Well, they used to get candy bars and chewing gum.
Candy-dipped apples?
I don't remember that. I don't ever remember one of them coming home with a candied apple.
31 years ago.
No, sir.
Panky came home with a candied apple.
He did not. No.
Maybe it was 30 years ago.
I've never remembered them getting a candied apple.
Fendi.
I don't want to fight over this. It's not that important.
Well, I wouldn't...
But I never remember any one of them coming home with a candied apple after tricking or treating, and that's final.
Not worth fighting over,
Well,
Fendi,
I'm not fighting, but I do wish
you'd...
you'd...
home with a candied apple.
They did not.
Fendi.
A good treat.
You have been listening to One Feller's Family, brought to you by Panucci, the greatest name in fudge. Today's episode, entitled Trick or Treat, was taken from Book 23, Chapter XIX, pages 11 through 16. One Feller's Family is written and produced by T. Wilson Messy. This is a Messy production.
Back with our guest, Leahy, radio serial story writer. Trying to find out what starts a radio serial writer on a career of this sort.
Well,
do you feel... Let's go along to something else. Do you feel you're contributing...
Wait. Let me answer that question.
All right.
I started as an actor.
You were an actor?
I was an actor. On the stage and on the radios. And in the movies. Then when I couldn't remember lines anymore, I started to write these serials. And they've been very successful.
But...
Granted, this is no great literature.
You agree it's not great literature?
No. But I make one sweet out of a living.
Oh, the financial remuneration is such that you continue to turn out these stories more or less in the form of a gristmill.
That's right. I'm caught in a trap. I'm used to this. And although I realize I'd much prefer to be writing other stuff, it's too comfortable.
You think you're...
Keep going this way.
You'd like to write something better on a higher plane, in other words. Something that maybe would contribute more to... All right.
Excuse me. Go ahead.
Just one final question. What is going to happen to your serial Linda Lovely, say, 3 weeks from now? Do you have any idea at this point?
Do I have any idea? I have that story written a year ahead.
You have it a year ahead?
That's right, Mike.
Do you have it written in complete form a year ahead?
Of course I have it in complete form.
Or just an outline?
No. I can do...
How long does it take you?
I do 52 weeks in a month.
Let me ask you just one more personal question. How much do you make?
Well, I don't really know, Mike, if I want to...
You don't care to answer that?
Well, I'll answer it if you...
You don't have to.
If you think it's necessary, I don't know what you want to know.
Well, you've spoken of the great remuneration for doing this.
All right, I get $11 million a year.
All right. Frank...
Excuse me.
Frank, open-minded, aware of the pitfalls which affect a person of his sort, and yet aware of the practical advantage of his work. Leahy...
Look, would you help me off this stool?
Leahy has proved today that he is a man of his word. Some say he's a great writer. Others say...
I stink.
But in any case...
A lot of them say I
he's come here today and given us...
But when I make $11 million...
His own views...
Boy, I don't care.
On the profession of serial story writing. Our thanks to Leahy. Tomorrow we'll be going after more stories.
Yeah, I stink, I guess. $11 million a year.
Next, the life and loves of Linda Lovely, girl intern. Now, for the many fans who wait for her on the radio, we present once again the interesting story, The Life and Loves of Linda Lovely, girl intern. Written for radio by Leahy, it stars Marcia Van Alshot as Linda, Sherman L. Sturdley as David, with Hugo L. Summerstopper as Uncle Eugene and Webley L. Webster as Ricky L. Llewellyn. Yesterday, Uncle Eugene returned the money found in Fielding's hideout to David's black sheep brother, and Fielding then demanded all of Uncle Eugene's peanut butter sandwiches. Now, it's a moment later as we hear. But I can't give you all those sandwiches, Fielding. I've been making them for years now. I've got the biggest collection of peanut butter sandwiches in the whole United States. Yea, maybe in the whole world.
Well, maybe the free world, Buster. Let's put it that way.
Well, I don't know about behind the Iron Curtain, but that's no concern of mine.
Well, let's not make such big statements. The point I'm making here, though, is that you had no qualms whatsoever, Uncle, to take my money, did you?
Linda, have you seen my guitar?
Wait just a moment, Davy. Talking to Uncle. You, didn't have any qualms about taking my money, did you?
No, well, we found it. We figured it was there on the wall of your hideout, and we just take it.
You thought it was yours, is that it?
We thought it was till you showed up. Had to give it back.
Yeah. You better open up the safe.
Linda, have you seen my guitar?
We'll have no guitar playing in here.
Guitar, Dave? What are you talking about?
I don't want the guitar played, Dave.
I'm saying what's in the script, that's all.
Let's open up the safe. Come on.
Okay, I see if I can remember the combination. Left 25. Right 17. Left twice to 36. Right twice to 25.
Wait a minute, Dave. I told you I don't want that guitar playing.
Well, it says I'm to play the guitar.
My speech says you're not to play it.
Well, here, look at my script here.
Who wrote this mess?
Julio Leahy, I presume.
Julio Leahy, he writes them all.
Where is he? Is he here in the studio now?
No, he was on some other show today. I know he said he was going to go over to some program to be interviewed.
Oh, here he is. We can't make head nor tail out of this script, Mr. Leahy.
What?
I say, you have me playing the guitar while Fielding is stealing...
Play it, boy. If the script says play a guitar, you play it.
Left 25. Right 8. I've never heard of a safe having this many numbers in its combination. Left 49. Webley Webster is over at the console to play 1 minute of music, please.
Please, Web. Isn't that terrible? Plays the same song all the time.
It's the only one he can play in 1 minute.
Webb, how about your wonderful record of jealousy?
Could you do jealousy, Webb?
Well, do I have enough time?
Well, not now, but you can stop that now.
Do I have to?
Yeah, get ready to play jealousy, will you?
Okay, I'll play that right after you come back on the radio.
Okay, and we'll be back on the radio.
We'll be back again, we trust, and hope you will be, too. Until then, this is Ray Goulding reminding you all to write if you get work.
Bob Elliott reminding you to hang by your thumb.
Dear pop, 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 and ray, 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 I hear the tender sigh. Alack, alas, how time doth pass, for now we